Alright, welcome back to our second dev journal for Skandrelz. I was going to be on webcam, but my computer decided that it was going to do something else, and my webcam just keeps on crapping out on me about 10 minutes into it, so we'll do this without seeing my lovely face, so yeah. Alright, so as you can see, this is the homepage. Looks a lot different than from before. A lot going on with the homepage now, which I really like, and I had a hard time coming up with what I was going to put on here, just because I could literally put anything on here that I wanted to. So I came to the conclusion I like this layout here of the buttons so much that I didn't want to add any more buttons. So we'll put the store on here, the premium content store, and that's what will greet you right off the bat. And I kind of like that because it does give you some idea of, the items that you're going to be encountering, kind of a gist of how the game works in a sense. It also shows that, putting it right out there that this is a free game. It does have microtransactions. We're not trying to hide that fact like a lot of games do. I was playing a game the other day that I got a little ways into it, and it's like, oh, okay, so we're going to do ads every single time you do something. And it makes the game unplayable. If a game is trying to make money so bad that it makes the game unplayable, that is when you run into a problem. And, granted, we do want to make money off this just to keep it running, because we do have some overhead expenses to take into account for the database and things like that. But I don't plan on to get rich off of this. I just wanted to make a really cool application that me and my friends can play and that the general public would love. But back to the application here. So as you can see, the premium coin right here is called a hex coin, and I have 20 of them, and the premium content store is actually called the Hex Tech Emporium, and this is where you'll be able to spend all your hex coins that you get or that you buy. Hex coins are going to be given out as rewards for battling. You'll actually get 1 coin for every battle that you win against a user, not against a monster. So yeah, just to clear that up. Alright, so we'll start off here with this first 3 sets of items here. These are just higher tier items that do the same thing. So you have a finite amount of scans that you can do. The base cap is going to be 100. So when you first get into the game, you can do 100 scans. And after that, you have to use these to replenish them. It also, every 30 minutes you get 10 energy back. So there is that. If you want to take a break from the game, let your energy rebuild, you can do that. If you want to continue to play the game, you just battle the crap out of a bunch of people, get enough for a lesser recharge, and you get you 10 energy, you can do 10 scans then. But assuming you win those 20 games, hopefully you do, or you're going to have to spend a lot of time working that out. Or, like I said, you can actually buy the coins. Right now, we're probably going to do 99 cents for 100 coins. And what that will get you is pretty much, you could fully heal a monster all the way. You can also recharge the scan bar all the way. Or you can wait. Now, the one thing about the healing for monsters, these things you can get from reusing codes. So like I said in the last video, you're going to want to save your barcodes that give you certain items because you can reuse them every 24 hours. So, for instance, here you have the lesser heal, the greater heal, and the healing restoration. Now, I think these two are going to be things that you can get over and over from saving your barcodes, but the higher tier ones here, you'll have to use your coins for, and that's just so it doesn't, it gives you a reason to play. You need to heal your creatures in order to battle, and to battle you need you want to battle so you can get your coins and get your energy so you can scan more and discover more monsters, more items, things like that. So it all drives each other. It's a chain effect kind of thing, and I like it a lot. So down here on the ability logic gate, so this actually lets you re-roll your abilities. So if you get a creature that doesn't have a set of abilities that you like, but they have good stats, you can actually use this and it'll re-roll their abilities. The re-roll is totally random. You don't get to pick the two abilities, but it is better than nothing. Like I said, if you get something really good, you want to keep it, but the abilities aren't that great. The task assignment is actually our questing system. These and these and these, you'll get these from barcodes. You don't get them, every single. You can't reuse the barcodes for these. But you can get these from barcodes. Like I've said before, though, everything here you can get from a barcode. Just some things aren't reusable. So yeah. So the task assignment is the quest system, and you use these to get a quest. Show you real quick. So I've got one quest right now. It's scan 20 codes, and so far I've got 0. Because I'm not actually scanning codes right now, I'm using the test button right here. So I've not got that to increment on when I hit this button. But if I go and scan 20 codes, then I have the chance of getting a creature or an item based on the difficulty of the quest. So this task here, scan 20 codes. The scan quests are low level because it doesn't take very much to scan 20 codes. So there is a certain creature that you can get from the scan tasks, and certain items that you can get from the scan quest. The amount of items that you get is between 1 and 3, and it's random. It just randomly decides about that. Alright, go back. And then on the transfer drive here, this is used for trading. In order to trade a creature, you'll have to have X amount of these. If you remember in Pokemon Go, they have like Stardust. Well, this is kind of like that in the sense you might have to have. You'll probably have like, to get a level 1 creature, you'd have to have a transfer drive of 1, that kind of thing. Now, we're still working out how we're going to do our trading system. I didn't like how Pokemon Go did it of whenever you transfer them, it rerolls their stats, and you don't get like a simply amazing whatever, that kind of thing. It totally redoes it when you send it to somebody. So I played around with the idea of just straight up like you can trade 1 for 1, and it doesn't re-roll the stats. And then I began to realize why Niantic actually does that is because if you're level 1 and your buddy is max level, he could trade you max level creatures, and then you could just steamroll your way up through the levels doing raids and stuff. And since we're doing user battles and we're matching people up against each other based on level, that wouldn't work out too well. And also, even if we matched on monster level, that's not going to work either. So we're still playing around, like I said, with that idea, with how we're going to handle that. But yeah, that's going to be the currency for trading. Alright, and right here is a creature lore and an item lore, and, obviously what these do. So these increase your chance of finding a creature or a item. Now, whenever you scan something, it's random as to if it's a creature or an item. So if you use one of these, it's going to increase your chances of getting one or the other. So if you're low on items, you're going to want to use the item lore if you're wanting to build up your inventory. If you're looking for a certain creature that you don't have yet, you can use the creature lore, and it'll increase your chances of getting a creature, but you can't choose which creature and which item that you want. It just increases the chance of one or the other. But yeah, it's essentially that. Alright, we'll hop back over here. Now, I showed you guys this screen last time. Now it's changed a little bit. I actually have some stats in here. While testing out these changes, these are the things that that happened. So it took me 43 creatures up to this point to test out the changes. So 43 different test cases there. I've completely tested anything I can possibly do with that. And up here, battles 1, 21, and 9. So if you add those together, that's 30. So obviously for 13 of these creatures studied, these two were not working. So it took me about 13 test cases to figure out why these were not updating. But in the future, when you do your creature study, will equal up to the amount of battles won and lost. Well, actually, I guess it wouldn't, because these also update with user battles. So yeah, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking there. But yeah, creature studied gets updated anytime that you scan a creature and find it, and it battles you. Battles 1 updates anytime that you battle the monster, and like I just said, user battles. And lost is the same. So trades made, of course, is self-explanatory. That's how many trades that you've done, scans that you've done, items that you've found, friends fought. So in our battle system, I plan on making it to where you'll get you can random queue, or you can do a code, and you give it to your friend, and you can actually battle each other. Another thing I want to point out is I've actually leveled when I was doing all this. That was another test, was the experience part of things. And as you see, I leveled to 2. This was 1,000 last time, and I'm over 1,000, so it leveled me up, and I've got to get up to 3,000 now in order to do that. Another thing, as far as my creature inventory goes, it's expanded. I'm up to 27 creatures now, just from testing. I did hit the cap, and I've actually had to delete a bunch of them. So yeah, this is what I've got so far. Just give you a preview of the different creatures in the game. As of now, we will be adding more of these before the release. Yeah, this is what we got. And of course, our main creature is this werewolf. I caught him, and he's got some pretty good stats if we take a look at it. His defense and attack's not that great, but he is a level 1. And it's mainly based on his HP that I wanted him, because I needed something tanky in order not to have to go back into the database and update constantly. Alright, so let's see. We'll go ahead and do a test, and we'll show you here. Alright, so werewolf against Bacula. Alright, just did 1 damage, another damage, come on. Oh, he healed. And as you can see, these buttons actually, you can't sit there and just press them because you might break our database. But after the after it updates, it actually will allow you to click on it. That way you can't just sit there and tap. Now, I'm just, tapping, but if this was you playing, of course you're going to want to use more strategy to it than just clicking and all that stuff. Alright, so last time we did touch on the battles, but here's where it actually crapped out on us, and as you can see, I caught Bacula, level 1. So if I hit continue, it brings me back here. If I go into my creatures, there he is. There's the one that we just got. So if I click on him, he's got some decent stats. He's got physical heal and mimic. So this is definitely one that I would re-roll the abilities on. Physical heal, that's good. But the mimic is the problem. So mimic actually allows you to mimic your opponent's move. So if they attack you, then you can mimic that attack, and you might end up doing more damage if they do like a water attack and your strength is water. Then they just helped you out, and your strength might be water, and you don't even have a water ability. So I thought that would be pretty cool. Or if they heal and you don't have a heal, you can use this mimic ability and you can mimic their heal. So it's really cool. But yeah, so we'll close out of that. And as you can see, we updated. And then if we come over here to user stats, creatures studied, and battles won. So all of that updated. How cool is that? Alright, so we'll go ahead and close out of that. That's pretty much all I have to show as of right now. But we are 20 minutes in, and the last video was an hour, so I'm trying to not to do something so lengthy this time. What I'll probably do next time is, assuming I get my webcam up and running, I'll scan some barcodes and actually show you the scan function and show you that it works. And once I get that done and get the inventory, I'm actually going to be doing a closed beta for my group of friends and have them test it out, because after we get the inventory system done, and the only thing that's left is the battling and trading. So they'll actually be able to use the inventory system to heal their creatures as they scan more creatures, and I'm really excited to see how that goes. And it'll be good to there's only going to be about 5 testers or something like that, but it'll be interesting to see how the database holds up in its current state, and give me some idea of if I need to upgrade it or not. But yeah, there it is, guys, and I appreciate you for joining me. And we only have a couple more days on the Kickstarter, and we're still sitting at 71. And I don't know if I stated it in the last video, but even if we don't hit our goals on this, we're still going to move forward with the application. So if you want to keep up on the current state of the game and when we release and everything, you can actually go over to our Facebook, which I posted in one of the updates yesterday or the day before, and just go in there, follow us, and that way you can keep in touch even after this Kickstarter is over. And I appreciate your time and can't wait to get this done. Thanks.